What's going on? Jerome's beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for a 7-round Vikings mock draft. Fun Friday. Let's get nuts. So Darnold and Jones leave in our scenario. Kurt is brought back league minimum. Why would he take the league minimum? Because he's got like $39 million fully guaranteed from the Falcons. Bop. Reisner, Beasley, Murph leave. Harrison is back. Gilly retires. Aaron Jones and Cam Akers leave. A complete running back room flushing. They go home. Bradbury is cut. And then in free agency, you sign Najee Harris. Now, I understand how that would be unpopular. You're spending money in free agency when it's a deep running back class. But I feel like Harris has been underutilized in Pittsburgh. And is he super flashy? No. But 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Has he been overly efficient? No. But can he get short yardage? Can he get goal line? Can he do all that? Yes. And then offensive line. So it's more veteran patchwork, and you're focusing on the future. You got to be able to replace him quick. So Ryan Kelly replaces Bradbury at center. Brandon Scherf plops his Hall of Fame ass at right guard. Hopefully get 2, maybe 3 seasons out of both of them, and in that time you have to find replacements, whether it's Brandel, whether it's Juergens, whether it's Walter Rouse kicking inside. You got to do that. Along the defensive line, mama, we did it. Levi Onwuzurike from the Lions, as well as Foley Fatukasi were another former Texan. Kwesi just loves former Texans from the 2023 season. And Foley. So last couple of years have not been great with the Texans and Jaguars, but his time with the Jets, he was probably approaching top 5 to 7 nose tackle status. So hopefully he can bring back the love and feel and corner CD3 Carlton Davis as well as Rasul Douglas. Now, all this is going to be expensive. Don't care. They got it done. So Vikings checked a lot of needs boxes. Let's go into the draft. Enhance. Yeah, trade downs will be fine, but also we're fine just rolling what we got. But I guess we'll see. All right, so here at 24, see what the hell happened up there. Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Mboo. What? I guess the Evan Neal experiment is over. He's benched anyways. Abdul Qadir, Tyler Warren, Genty goes to the Raiders. I actually think that's a sleeper spot, especially if they get their quarterback in free agency. Sam Darnold. Kel Williams, Will Campbell, Shamar, Hadi, Mason Graham. Wow. And Shedeur Sanders just did Shedeur fall out? Is Shedeur on board? Oh my God. I actually think that it's possible that Shedeur could have a draft day slide. If Shedeur gets past the Jets at 7, he could slide a little bit, but we'll see. Ted, the usual. So who's on board for the Vikings? So Pierce, I don't know. LB3, Kelvin Banks. So I think that Banks is a pure left tackle, 4-year starter in Austin for the Longhorns at left tackle. A lot of people want to kick him inside, but I feel like that's a lot of moving parts with Banks. There's going to be a lot of tackles that do move inside the guard and have a good career, but Banks is legitimately a good left tackle. I think that the Diet Darisaw comps are pretty legit. So there you go. Derek Harmon, the Wrecking Crew from Oregon. Darius Alexander, super underrated in my opinion from the MAC. Walter Nolan is our guy. Hampton, racked up and stacked up. Let's go. Loveland, Zabel. So there's a ton of players that we love here at 24. And everyone talks about trade down. Might not always have the market since the talent pool is relatively flat from picks 10 to 70. I mean, teams may not want to give up second and third round picks all willy-nilly, but Chiefs, who would the Chiefs be coming up for? So dropping down 7 spots, going to have to make it worth our while, man. All right, so we're going to need 63. We're going to need 66. They say no. How about 95? No. How about 132? 19%. Never tell me the odds. One more. Ooh, they did it. All right, so drop down 7 spots. We get the Chiefs second rounder as well as 31, and then also pick up 132. Resume. Enhance. The Chiefs came up for Hampton. It's kind of great. All right, so Hampton, Pierce, that's fine. Booker is off the board. I still think that people are sleeping on Booker. I don't know why. Banks goes to the Ravens. LB3 to the Lions. I kind of like that, even though I feel like there is a lot of talent overlap between LB3 and Amon-Ra. Nolan, Harmon goes. So Vikings drop down 7 spots. Perfectly fine with Alexander. Perfectly fine with Gray Zabel. Scorton is there. I mean, Tyleek Williams, Maxwell Hairston, Ravel. I mean, should we just take Shedeur? Just to be funny. So, again, recapping what happened in free agency, you do want to take BPA, but just checking the boxes here. All right, so I am going to take Gray Zabel. So, I understand. Is it the sexiest pick in the world? No. Does he have positional flexibility? Yes. Yes, he does. 6'6", 310, Senior Bowl star. I do think that his best spot is going to be kicking inside, probably to center, but potentially guard either way. So Vikings solidify that offensive line. So now, after we move on from Bradbury, left to right, it's going to be Darisaw when he gets healthy, Zabel, Ryan Kelly at center, Brandon Scherf, and then you got Brian O'Neill. And then Walter Rouse. Would be nice to have Walter Rouse, as well as Michael Juergens on the inside too. And now we got the Chiefs pick, 63, back end of the second round. Skattebo is there. I mean, I kind of want him, and let's just do it. Let's just do it for the fans, right? So Skattebo, he doesn't have breakaway speed, explosive in the jumps as shown at the combine, but he's just a dog. You know what I mean? He's just someone who's going to fight you in a phone booth, tough-ass kid, underrated receiver, does need to work on pass pro a little bit, but Skattebo, like, he's hard to describe, but also Skattebo paired with Najee Harris should definitely solve the Vikings short yardage situation, especially with a revamped offensive line. So I'm just doing it. F your mom, F your face, F everyone. Woo. Skattebo. That's right, baby. All right. Third round. All right, so Jared Wilson is the usual pick, but you got to shy away. Plus, he's probably going to go a little bit earlier. Makuba's a dude, man. So I understand that they re-signed Theo Jackson, but Makuba is just a lot of fun. And the Vikings, we should and could partake along the defensive line, and we will. But Makuba... So he's 6 foot, $190, center fielder, 89.7 PFF coverage grade, 0 touchdowns allowed. Goose egg DeAndre Russell, 5 interceptions, 6 passes broken up. Played at Clemson, Texas, and he hits like pound for pound, tough ass dude, and I think he'll mesh in very very nicely on the back end of his defense. Now, I mean, Makuba could be the 1-for-1 replacement for Harrison because shades of the way that Harrison plays. A little bit lighter than Harrison, but definitely needs to work on that. But we're good. All right, so now lots of stuff and things going on. Burchard's, do we just do that? Have Burchard be our joker receiver running back? Why not? Now, we do have other needs, but of course we always preach about drafting BPA as opposed to drafting for needs. But then I'm just going to draft for need as it is. Let's see who's left along the defensive line. All right, Tonka, Zeke, Cameron, Ty Robinson, we draft all the time. Stackhouse, I think, is pretty underrated. All right. Barrow. All right. What do we do? I'm having fun with this one. I mean, do we just double and triple down on running back? I mean, we could. Let's check out corner. Riley. O'Donnell, we like O'Donnell quite a bit. We draft him a lot. Riley, so a little bit undersized. Kwesi Riley, 5'10", $192, 27 career passes broken up. So he does have good ball skills, 8 interceptions throughout his career as well, and a little bit undersized, but super feisty on that side. He does remind me a little bit of Murph's game coming out of Washington. All right, so Kwesi Riley, you are a Viking in the 4th round. Let's go, babe. All right, now. What do we do? All right, so we got a couple trade offers. Drop 20 spots for 3 picks. Nah. All right, what do we do? Burchard would be so much fun, man. He really would be. Khalil, let's just have 3 power backs. Why the hell not at this point? All right, so I love the underrated guys with a chip on their shoulder. So Simeon Barrow Jr., major part of Miami's defense disruption this season, and combine snub. Senior Bowl, all that other snub. But originally was at Michigan State, transferred to the U last year, 6'2", 290. Could play a mix of 3-tech and 5-tech. 30 pressures, 5.5 sacks. Solid against the run as well. I think he's a great developmental project with upside. along the defensive line. And even if he's just like a pass rush platoon guy, we certainly can work with that. Lastly, do we just go to the well? I mean, we could. All right, so we got Zabel in-house. Could go Connor Colby, O'Donnell Fortune. Could we go defensive line again? Certainly could. Take the guys that we usually do. All right, so I understand. Like, we generally have like a hard on for some of these late round defensive linemen, but I mean, there's going to be so much value there. Now, I do think that Ty Robinson and Cam Jackson have played themselves into a higher draft status, but let's flip a coin. Which one are we going to take? Well, in terms of free agency, so Fodakasi on the nose. I'll also have Taki Taiyami. So I think I'm going to go with Ty Robinson. So Robinson is another one of those versatile defensive linemen who can just line up all over the place coming in out of Nebraska. He is a little bit older of a prospect. Was in Lincoln for 6 years, which I feel like you should get a medal for that. But 6'5", 288, was one of the stars of the combine. 42 pressures, 7 sacks. And same thing with Barrow. Like, are they going to be full-time players to start? No. Are they going to come in and be platoon pass rushers and get after that ass? Yes. That's what I love, man. All right. So overall, like, I feel like we did pretty effing good. I kind of like it. And hence, grading this draft. Let's go. All right. Here you go. Here's what the hell happened in this spot. So, recapping what happened in free agency. This, Najee, Scherf and Kelly along the offensive line, Almuzariki Fodakasi along the defensive line, Carlton Davis, Roswell Douglas on the outside, round the outside, and you got Gray Zabel coming on in, versatile offensive lineman, probably helped himself the most during this draft season, especially at the Senior Bowl. Gonna start at a guard spot, eventually take over for Ryan Kelly at center. Skattebo and Najee Harris, we're just gonna punch dudes in the face. I love it. We're back. We are so back. And also, you can pick up, Donovan Edwards as a UDFA. Then you got Makuba. So Makuba, Theo Jackson, Metellus. That's going to be the new alkaline trio, shaken. Makuba can hit, man. I like it. Quincy Riley, feisty corner with ball skills on the outside. A little bit short, but in the 4th round, good value there. And then 2 just rock star defensive linemen getting after that ass. Simeon Barrow Jr. from the U, as well as Ty Robinson. I would get F for Ty Robinson. Ty Robinson might go in the 4th round. So stupid. Yeah, but either way, pretty happy with how this turned out. Would have liked to have gone deeper along the offensive line, but just sort of is what it is. Now also we need a speed element at running back, so maybe Ty Chandler can get his ish together year 4. But we'll see. Anyways, that's it. That's it. Vikings 7-round mock draft on this beautiful Friday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.